Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. My name remains Epe Gunati from NK Tech Solutions. So, guys, welcome to this series on CSS Masterclass for beginners. Okay, I'm so excited for this. All right, so if you're excited, then let's get on with this. So, in this video, we are going to talk about what you need to start off this series, and also we are going to be looking at what we are going to be doing throughout the series. All right. So first of all, what do you need to start off this course? Well, you need a little idea about HTML, and luckily we have a beginner course on HTML. So if you don't already have the idea about HTML, then I recommend you watching that series before jumping to this CSS Masterclass series. But if you already have an idea about HTML, then you are all good to go. Okay? So other things you need are your laptop, your browser, and a text editor. Okay, so for your text editor, you can use a Sublime, you can use the brackets, or you can use VS Code. And there are other ones out there that you can use also. But for me, I will be using VS Code, okay, because of its simplicity and color coding ability, okay. And also it has a lot of pre-installed extension to make my coding or to make your coding to be easier. Okay, so that is why I'm using VS Code. All right. Now, what are we going to be learning in this series? So first off, we will start with the overview of CSS. So there we look at what is CSS and why we need to learn CSS. Okay. Secondly, we are going to look at the CSS syntax. All right. So just like we have HTML syntax, we also have CSS syntax. So we'll look at that. And then next, we're going to look at ways to add CSS to our HTML. And this we've already done in our HTML class. So I would suggest you check that out. Okay. But then we're still going to talk about it. So you're good to go. Now, the next thing is you're going to look at various selectors. All right. Now, in this part, we're going to look at how we're going to be targeting a lot of things. We're going to look at how to target IDs and classes in CSS. We're going to look at the pseudo selectors. We're going to look at advanced selectors. We're going to look at the child selectors, attribute selectors, descendant selectors, adjacent selectors. We have the first and the last child selectors. Okay, so we have a lot of them. The end child, universal selectors. Okay, so after that, we're going to be looking at typography in CSS. Now, in terms of typography, you're going to be looking at text. Okay, so how we're going to be coloring text, how we're going to arrange text, how we're going to increase the size or reduce the size of the text. We're going to look at that in this section. So next, we're going to look at box model. So in box model, yeah, we are actually going to be looking at how to add border radius, okay, how to control the margin and padding. We're going to look at how to add box shadows, z-index, positioning both the parent and child. We're going to look at how to add overflow in our using CSS. We're going to look at how to add width and height. Very, very important. So that is what we're going to be doing in this session. Next, we're going to look at Flexbox. And in Flexbox, we look at how to add flex containers, okay, how to add flex wrap, flex directions, aligning flex contents, and then growing or shrinking flex. So that is what we're going to be doing here. And next, we're going to look at grid. Grid is just like Flexbox, but a different. So we're going to look at how to create a grid. We're going to look at both the parent grid and the child grid, and then we look at templates, columns, and then we'll look at rows and gaps, and then we'll look at how to justify and align them. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're also going to be looking at min-max and autofill, okay? And then up next, we're going to look at animation. And when we get to animation, we'll be looking at how to add transition, okay, in our website. And then we'll look at how to add transition using keyframes, okay? So we'll look at iteration counts. We'll look at how to add direction, delay, full mode, and then place states. And a lot of them will follow, okay? So next, we're going to be looking at 2D and 3D. And in 2D and 3D, we look at how to at scaling, okay, in 2D and 3D. We look at how to transform scale, how to rotate or transform rotate. We look at how to translate, okay, a lot of them. And then next is going to be media query, okay. Nowadays we have a lot of devices, okay, we use to view our website. So we have the mobile device, we have the laptop, we have the tablets, okay. So we need to make our websites to be responsive, okay, in all these devices. So with that, we're going to be using the media query to do that in CSS. So finally, we're going to be completing the website that was started in the HTML series, and that is why you need to look at that series before you come to the series, because everything we did in that series, we're going to move forward and add the styling, the CSS styling to it to build a complete website. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing in this series. So guys, this is going to be an exciting series. This series will contain about, let's say, 30 to 60 videos or thereabouts. Okay, we'll likely be posting 2 to 3 videos every week. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and also hit the bell icon so that you get to receive our latest upload. Okay, so this is the end, guys. See you in the next one.